DC. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing about me. Say nothing about me. Ain't nobody gonna say
how y'all doing out there in New York City? I said it's my first time. Are you here or what?
Language. What's up? Yeah, we riding dirty. Ride dirty. But the 40 stainless. Same bang. I let you.
As an artist, we should reflect the time.
Why you so talented?
Cause I'm black.
Why you so amazing?
Cause I'm black.
It's really important that we build characters so that people understand their story matters.
2 Chainz and I both are just really into good food.
And when you know you are royalty, you will only aim in life to be royalty.
We're doing it right now. I don't give a damn what they say about me. Yes, I called your ass out. I know I shouldn't be saying this kind of.
Shout out to Hype Magazine Network.
Shout out to the Hype Magazine Network.
Hype in the street.
Hello there.
Hype in the street.
What?
Hype in the street. Hype in the street.
Nice.
Hype in the street. Hype in the street. Hype in the street.
Yo, welcome to a brand new installment of Hype in the Streets. I'm your host T-Rex. We got DJ Gracie in the building. Also mine and Matt. How y'all doing tonight?
What's up, y'all? Everything is great. Happy Thursday. What's up, everyone?
Yeah, doing really good, man. Shout out to my Pacers last night. We had the biggest comeback in history. Come back from 14 points in less than 3 minutes. I told everybody at the beginning of playoffs, there's no lead safe for anybody. So we're excited in Indianapolis right now and looking forward to another dope show tonight.
Wow.
Man, that was insane. That was insane. We was watching that, man. We was going to bed, and my wife even woke up and watched that shot, man.
I woke up everybody in the house because when it first happened, we thought it was a 3-pointer. So we thought it was game over. So I jumped up. I think I broke my ceiling fan. I started screaming so loud that the kids woke up from their sleep and came downstairs. But it was cool because they got to watch the overtime with me. And that was just another amazing situation. Like they went up 4 points immediately. So it felt like maybe the momentum changed. But that run and gun style of the Pacers, man, they wear people out. So, we end up getting that victory, and we're looking forward to game 2.
Absolutely. Definitely looking forward to it, man. And I want to just turn, our attention to Skilla Baby. Thoughts and prayers with him right now. Matt, I know you broke this story to me right before we came on the air. Can you give us some insight what's going on? And I would also have a clip too.
Yeah, so shout out to Skilla Baby and his whole team, man. I was on Instagram. It came across my feed that he was shot in Detroit. Not a lot of details available yet. I can tell you that he's survived. You know what I mean? So we are praying for him. We wanted to highlight it real quick tonight because the narrative is already trying to be negative. I want to highlight Skilla Baby's doing a lot of dope stuff in Detroit right now. He just brought Wallow and Gilly to the city, trying to uplift the community. And unfortunately, we know Nipsey Hussle is a major example. Anytime you're successful and you're trying to do right in the community and help people, a lot of time it's that same community that, turns against you. So we don't know too much of what happened. I just know he was shot in the head, his arm, and his shoulder, I think. But they said he survived. So we're excited for that.
Yes, man. Amen to that, man.
It is definitely devastating.
Yeah.
It's devastating. And as a matter of fact, I just wanted to share this really quick. When he went on his social media and did his prayer, and I really needed to hear that early. It was early. I mean, no, it was in the afternoon, I think. Yeah. And it motivated me to go on my live and also do a little prayer for my, fans and friends and family, enemies, whatever. So when I almost went in tears when Matt talked about it. Like, actually I did. You could tell my eyes red. But yes, definitely praying for him and his family and his team pretty hard right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about that. No doubt. Grace of Grace, I know you've been quite busy. You have been hanging out with hip hop royalty, and
Yeah.
you have been all over the place. So let's catch up. What have you been up to, and tell us about your journey in this beautiful music world.
Guys, oh my gosh. Shout out to Raz Cass,
Yeah.
our legendary hip hop rapper, artist, poetic. He's like the guru. He is just a wonderful person, very humble. He was here because he performed at it's the National African American Reparation rally, and it's in DC. And what it is reparation activists was hosting the national rally, and they were commemorating the 100th anniversary of Malcolm X at the National Black Cultural Information Trust joins as media partner. Shout out to them. It is reparation activists was definitely in the whole entire Washington D.C. area that day. It was a successful day, and Ras actually performed the reparation anthem song. So if you guys want to hear it, it is freaking dope as crap.
Okay.
And yeah, we walked around before. It was such a wonderful day. It was like the weather was beautiful. We walked around, and every single person walked to Raz. He's a legend. Everybody knew who he was. I was like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? It was awesome, for real. Shout out.
So how was it? So is this the first time you met Raz Kaz in person?
No, actually.
Okay.
I met Raz. He did his album release in New York.
Yeah.
Remember the album that just came out? What's the name of the song? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't. Oh my God, he's gonna kill me. But anyway, sorry. I've got so much stuff going on because he's got another thing coming out too. And
well, I was going to ask you, how did he respond? We did the 5 mics challenge all together. That was kind of the part that brought us all together to start the hype in the streets. So how did he respond to see you in person? I know you met him before, but now you've worked with him on that dope, process we did for him. Was there anything different, you think?
No, he was exactly the same.
Yeah.
He's probably more like us.
Yeah.
He is very humble person, definitely. Like I feel he's like family. You know what I'm saying? And I always love being around him because I learn so much from him. Like, you just got to hear his stories for real. Like when he'll just start talking about stories from back in the days, and how it's like so many histories, you know what I'm saying? And so we also actually need to pray for his mother.
Okay.
She is ill. And so I'm praying that, that everything goes well with them as well. So
yeah, and definitely want to shout out Everything Is Gutter. It's Raz Kaz featuring the legendary Havoc, Mobb Deep, and RG Payne. If you love bars, if you love this hip hop game we're a part of, I highly recommend going and checking out that project. It was fire all the way through, and like I said,
is in there also.
Yeah, Method Man was one of the main features. And it's always cool with Raz Kaz because, like you said, he's such a legendary person, but he's the most humble humble artist I've ever met. He's accomplished more than we can imagine, but when you see him in person, he's just like us. He doesn't big time you, and he loves the support he gets from his fans, so I'm glad you got to hang out with him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was supposed to take him with me to Spade's Table, is one of the famous podcasts that do filming, but Ross was done. He was like, DJ Grace, I gotta go to sleep real quick, and he never woke up. He had to fly back at 3 a.m. So
I definitely want to get him and Yaz to come on to the show in the future. The months that are coming up, we're going to have a lot more bigger names, but I'd love to bring Razkaz and Yaz. Yaz is his social media manager. She does everything for him as part of his team. And like I said, they're part of our family. We got a chance to work with them with DJ Many Faces to put on an opportunity for MCs and lyricists around the world to compete, to be on a song with them. No strings attached. They all got on the song. We actually did other versions of the song, so more than the winners got highlighted, and I'm sure we'll be doing more of that in the future. But I want to bring Razkaz on just to tell his story. He's a legend, but most people don't know what he's really did. Like, without him, you might not have the Atlanta movement. There's a lot of things that people don't know, so we'll be getting him on soon. But T-Rex, you did some legendary stuff over the weekend, last weekend as well. So Gracie isn't the only one traveling the world, putting on for our family. What was it like being at the Boots in the Sand Festival? Over 40,000 people, multiple nights, and every star you can imagine. So what was your experience, and how did you get to be a part of it?
Well, it was sand in my boots.
Sand in my boots, my bad. I'm not from that arena, sorry.
Hey, you know what? We need to have that kind of festival. We're going to step that now. We're going to go ahead and trademark that.
There you go.
Boots in the sand.
Yes. Boots in the sand, we're coming.
Boots in the sand.
We're bringing all the hip hop to the beach. Timberlands.
Yes.
That's a good one.
I like that, man. Yes. Well, I work for the city here too. I work in IT, and so by me working for the city and we hosting Sand in My Boots, we provided network services to the city services that were supporting the festival. Wow. On top of that, I work in entertainment, and so it was like, man, it was like Christmas.
Uh-huh.
And so, cause I like IT, I like entertainment, and it was together. Like, so by that being what I'm saying, I had production access, and so I was able to catch a lot of acts, man. Of course, the headliner was Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
We had Post Malone there, Brooks and Dunn, 3-6 Mafia, Money Bag Yo, Big X The Plug, Wiz Khalifa, 2 Chainz. They all came to Gulf Shores, Alabama, man. And so
wow.
This marked the 15th anniversary of the Hangout Fest. Before then, it was called the Hangout Fest, and it was more like a pop and hip hop music festival. So this year, to celebrate the 15 year, they kind of wanted to change it up. So they had more country music acts along with hip hop.
Okay.
And you had some rock and maybe a couple of pop artists there as well. But man, it was great. Like, everybody got along, man. We had over 100,000 people here.
Wow.
And under 40 arrests. And all of them was like misdemeanors, man. Most of them was misdemeanors. And
drunk.
like when you hear stuff about that now, you hearing about all the bad stuff. People, cause people gravitate to stuff like that. But to be able to go to a festival where nobody is doing anything but just enjoying the moment, enjoying the people that they will, enjoying the music, and everybody got along, man. Like, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. But I do got some footage though.
Okay, yeah, can't wait.
That we still gonna play for Skilla Baby, and we got some We Outside tour footage as well. So we're about to just roll with it. But I do have footage, man, cause when I was there, I always get compared to 2 people. One of them is Tet 9, y'all know that. And the second one is Darius Rucker, man. Like, so many people So many people think I look like Darius Rucker.
Okay.
I get approached, especially in being down here. I get approached a lot. So I got 2 clips, man. Guy, his name is Jason. I'll tell you who the other person is after I roll that footage. But Jason, it was one of Morgan Wallen's close friends that was there at the festival. So it was funny. So I'm gonna roll this clip, and then we're gonna roll a couple of more clips, and then we'll be right back on Hype in the Streets.
Put that LED ball together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Funny, I just swear to God, I just turned around to my buddy and go, Darius Rucker's here. I think he's a cop now. he goes, oh shit. I go, yeah, look. Darius Rucker. And we asked if you know him. I'm like, he turned around and goes, fuck off. Wait till my other buddy comes up here. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah.
That's funny.
When he first glimpse, I was like, Rucker. And then I saw him, and I was like, oh, fuck, it's a cop now. Honorary sheriff. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I retired.
Little Steve. Say hi. He just flew in from, he did the rodeo in Dallas.
How you doing?
4-day bender. What's up, Skinny? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Terrence. They call me T-Rex.
We were on stage the other night, right? Friday night, I remember one night, and I turned around, I go, I think fucking Darius Rucker was here.
Let her cry.
She's along my lamppost. This motherfucker. I love that shit, man. I swear to God. I kicked him in the nuts. No, I see 2 fucking police officers. You just stand there like this. I go, that's fucking Darius. I think it's Darius. And my buddy leans over and goes, you're drunk. No more shots for you, brother. Yeah. Hey, this is the time of the night where you been cut the fuck out. Yeah. It wasn't even night. It was like right now. It was right. Well, dude, I've been on a fucking minute. I was down with Kid Rock down the rodeo in Dallas. And dude, we've been heading at 4 or 5 a.m. every fucking morning.
Oh my God, that is so
That's what's
funny. I
up.
was like here cracking up on you, T-Rex.
Yeah,
So Gracie,
that's great.
where was that footage at? What city were you in this week? And what was one of the artists you've seen perform that stole the show that you weren't expecting?
Okay, so this tour right here was actually from the east to the west tour, and it's sponsored by Scott Morris from New York, and also It's Gorgeous Music. So we were in Washington, D.C. Shout out to Ocean Lounge in D.C. And it's the whole event, to me, you guys, it's about over 25 artists and stuff. And I have from 9 to 2 to, the DJ. And the showcase starts at 10 o'clock. All right. So this is like DJing is not just DJing. You also have to do math Okay. So I kind of like timed everything. I start exactly 10 p.m. and I did like a 15-minute each artist, and it's a 7-minute mix for each one. And I'm talking about this because it was so successful.
Okay.
Like everybody literally performs so like professionally in a way. Like I had everyone's music show mix. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it was not just a showcase, it was a concert because it was so many dope artists from all over New York, Virginia, I mean, way out in Virginia, Connecticut, Delaware. It was like from the whole DMV. It was just so crazy. But out of everyone, okay, my artist was there, all of them are dope and everything. But this one artist, Stana Dar. Number one, Stana. And she's like, she was there on time.
Okay.
She's like, DJ Grace, do you want me to do anything for you? I'm like, here's the mic. I gave her the mic. And did you know, she just kind of like shadowed every single person that walked into the club. Nobody laughed. And she's actually probably the reason, because it's just the way as soon as someone walked in the door, she engaged to them in the mic, introduced everyone, kind of like it was just so successful. So this young lady just kind of like really impressed me. And then when it was time for her to perform, she freaking killed it. Like I'm talking about killed it, murdered, done. Okay. I'm actually gonna have her perform at my event this Saturday just to like give her more flowers and stuff. I'm doing a little pop-up and she's so excited. I'm so happy for her. And, maybe next time we could play her music or something in here.
Should have her come on the show to, that's what I love about this stuff we're doing is it's not, I mean, there's always a headliner, there's always a name people recognize, but then there's that one artist that's just looking for an opportunity to get their music off. And then they're so friendly, they're so humble, they come up to everybody, they want to be, support everybody, but then they perform and they steal the show. Like those are the moments that really, make this great what we're doing, because you find, new people for that. You said a show mix. So I wanted to, give some game for that. What is a show mix? Like if I'm an artist and I've been blessed to be on the gorgeous tour and, DJ Grace is telling me, hey, I need your show mix. And it needs to be 7 to 10 minutes. What does that consist of? And, why do you do that 7 to 10 minute spot? What have you found works? Why does that work so well for you?
It's just so they could be, it's preferring as an artist. If you want to be professional, it's actually a lot better to do a show mix. So, and then the sound quality. So some artists want to lower down their vocals, and so, but it's still there, but just a little lower than the regular mix. Okay. So, and then you could put like all your favorite hits in that 7 to 10 minutes. You gotta cut it up. You can't finish the whole song because we're gonna try to have to fit it. But it works really good for artists, and plus they could do their on their ride or something to the show. They could just they'll be ready. It's kind of like it's just a lot more preparation for artists. It's a look good. So yeah.
No, and I like that you broke that down, because so many times we're on these podcasts or people are on these podcasts, they say things like that. You need to have a show mix, but nobody knows what that is. And you mentioned something really important there that people don't understand. Don't do the whole song. Nobody, if I've never heard you before, give me 2 segments or a snippet of your 2 best songs so I can, like the old Joel Santana used to do. You get the first 2 bars, and then the end of it is a whole nother song that makes you run to go hear that other song. Like a lot of times artists want to play their entire album for people on stage, but I don't even know what your single is. So give me the hook, give me, a couple verses and then another hook, and then call it a day, and make me as a fan walk up to you and say, hey, that was dope. Where can I hear the whole song? You know what I mean? So I think that's very valuable. T-Rex, for you, man, you said you're at work. You kind of downplayed the access you had, but we see you on stage. I see clips you with Wiz Khalifa and stuff like that. So getting out of your humbleness, what was your job at this festival, and how many celebrities did you actually meet? You know, like a lot of people in our position would love to just meet one celebrity at a festival, and it sounds like, you know, you had access to everybody. So how was that?
Well, I met up with Wiz. Actually, I want to give a shout out to Court for this. DJ Bunnets. DJ, he commented on one of DJ Bunnett's IG posts that he had made. It was something about doing with the festival. They was on their way to the festival, and so that's how I ended up getting in touch with DJ Bunnets, who is Wiz Khalifa's DJ.
Yep, facts.
And so that connection, I was communicating. They was still in LA. They was on the plane. They had just landed in Gulf Shores, and so I kind of stayed in touch throughout the whole entire time them coming to the festival. And so I saw Bunnets, he was posting stuff on his Instagram. I be like, and I saw he post one picture. I be like, yeah, I know where they sitting at. They're sitting in the artist lounge. And so I grabbed my coworker for the city, and we decided to go backstage. And so we had just missed both of them. Wiz had left because Ernest was playing at the time. And so he wanted to watch Ernest play. And so we were just walking backstage and stuff. And, you know, you can't help but to notice, you know, a tall guy, you know, dressed like he's from California. You know, whatever. He just came from Cali. So I was like, yeah, I said, yeah, that's Wiz right there. And so walked up to him. He was talking to somebody to his left. And we was watching Ernest perform at the same time. And so I let him finish and everything. And then soon Ernest got finished. And I said, hey, Wiz, you know, hey, Terrence, remember you DigiWax? We did DigiWax.
I was going to say, did he remember you from DigiWax?
Yes. He said,
they don't forget DigiWax. Nobody forgets DigiWax.
No.
I think that's where I met Ross at first.
Yep, facts.
Yes. Yep. But I do have a clip, though, if y'all want to see it, you know.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to play it. Well, so I'll play this clip and we'll be right back.
Yeah, that's him right there.
Yeah.
That's probably DJ Bonnet.
Excuse me, Wiz. What's up, T-Rex, man?
What's up, bro?
DigiWax. You did a DigiWax call 2 years ago? Yes, I was on that call too. Yeah, how you been doing? Doing pretty good. Awesome. I was looking for DJ Bunnets, because we've been communicating when y'all was on y'all way here.
Yeah, he's in the artist area. He's in our little compound area.
Okay. Yeah, we just came from over there. Okay. Okay. This is my co-worker, Michael. Michael, this is Wiz Khalifa.
Nice to meet you.
Yes. Yeah, I had to come speak to you, man. We had a great DigiWax call. You gotta come back, man. You gotta bring some more tracks to us.
I got you.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up. But I'm gonna get with Bunnets, man. You take care of it. Good to see you.
Thanks for saying what's up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nice to meet you, man.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's the perks of knowing Court Digga. That's the perks of knowing CL. That's the perks of knowing Rich Nice, joining us right now. Like, we've got a lot of legends that we've been tapped into, man. And sometimes they give you that access or that connect you need, man. So I'm excited for you, T, because your coworker doesn't know what you're doing. So he saw you just sit there talk to Wiz Khalifa like it was nothing. And now Wiz is going to be on a DigiWax call again because you put that, seed in his ear. So it's great what you do, man.
Appreciate and you know what, DJ T-Rex, you actually said a good point. When you have like a big event you're going to, it's a good thing to keep in touch. When I did the cruise with the DJ Khaled cruise, the cruise summer cruise, and it was a cameraman that said something to my post, and we kind of like kept in touch. And later on, he was freaking heavy hitters camera person, and it was so much easier because someone knew you, you know. And what is his name? Hollywood Botter. I can't pronounce his name, but he's his cameraman. He travels all over with him, and we ended up being. I mean, we were already there with the people, but it was just, you know, people just get everywhere sometimes. But it was so much easier, definitely, to keep in touch with people that's in the event.
Yes, absolutely. And we got a special guest here from the gas company. Like, we got legends in the building, man. Like, we're very happy to have Rich Nice here on the show with us. How you doing tonight, sir?
Salute. Great day to be alive.
Yes. Yeah, we're just sitting here talking about our journey. You definitely have a journey as well. And we definitely want to talk about the gas company. And basically, I would like to know, how did you come up with the formation of starting the gas company, and what did this originate from?
This started from, by the way, hello to everybody. Greetings, peaceful greetings to everybody. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having us. Great to be here. This started from me and a young lady named Lexx Sequoia. We started doing, for lack of a better term, cannabis-related projects. She was ahead of the cannabis curve, you know, before it became trendy. And we were doing these pop-ups, and she would release music, and we would do these pop-ups. And then after a while, it turned into a 420 compilation celebrating cannabis culture, but not just let's get high, but like the holistic parts of healing and you know, not even always smoking, really just the healing and the things that are related to cannabis and cannabis culture. And we started doing these compilations, and the compilations was like volume 1 and then volume 2, and then we changed the title, and it just started getting so, we started doing them in like 2012. So like it got like a bunch of them. And so we finally said 2013. And then we said, you know, how can we brand this outside of just being what you see as a 420 project? Because it's way deeper than that. It's about life and health and wellness and that whole mindset of being better. And I said, you know what, when you see Parliament Funkadelic, like when you see George Clinton and Bernie Worrell and Bootsy Collins, you know that that's Parliament Funkadelic. When you see Latifah and Q-Tip and Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul, you know that that's Native Tongue. When you see the RZA, the Jizza, the Old Dirty Bastard, you know that's Wu-Tang. So I'm like, you know what, let me come up with something that when you see this group of people working together, you know who it is. It's the gas company. When you see Stevie Crooks, when you see Lexx Sequoia, when you see Rich Nice, you know that, you know what, this is a gas company project. You know, and you know, anyone that's into cannabis know that gas is like a quality thing, you know, and I'm a West Indian kid. So growing up, when someone said, you're cooking with gas now, boy, you're cooking with gas, that then, you know, you at the highest quality of what you can cook and chef, because you're not cooking on a coal from old days. So it was a double entendre for me. And it just became something fun. We did the project in 2 weeks. You know, thank Lexx Sequoia for bullying me with the tracks, because, you know, she was waiting for a bunch of music, and in the beginning, she wasn't getting what she wanted for like to write to for this project. And so she said, well, you know, send something. So I'm like, okay, I know what that means, because I'm a track master. In her mind, she's like, come on, track master, master the track. You know what I mean? So while we waiting, what's up? So I said, okay, my machines have been on, because I just finished producing Black Ice album, Black Ice, the legendary Black Ice poet. Him and I won a Tony Award for Deaf Poets on Broadway together. So I was like, okay, you know what? I just finished his record. Me and him worked on that with the great Fishbone. Can't leave Fishbone out. Fishbone worked with me on this project, and Chris Dowd and the guys. And I just kind of felt like I was still kind of on. So I turned the machines on and cooked up, sent it out. And I lie to you, I might have sent it on a Monday, and like Wednesday, I spoke to them. They said, you didn't check your email? I was like, what are you talking about? check your WhatsApp. And when I went to the WhatsApp, it was a whole song, and I downloaded it, and I was just like, it was so dope. Like I couldn't even go back and go, yeah, this part is cool, but change this, or da 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 da. Or could you spit that again? It was just like, yo, that's it. That's it. And then she said, send more. And I was like, send more? We were supposed to take this one and play it for people and say, this is what we're looking for. She hit me with send more. So I started cooking. And the next thing you know, I just started sending tracks, and they were sending them. As I was sending them, they were sending them back. And I was just like, damn, this is kind of cool. And the next thing you know, we had a whole project, you know, and I grabbed a couple of people that I had been talking about working with. This young lady that's going to tap in later on. Her name is Juss Mills. She's in Berlin. Tapped her. She was on a exchange, creative exchange through the Hip Hop Education Center that I work with as well. And artists from Berlin, Amsterdam, London, and Sweden all came together and did a trip to New York. And they came to studios in New York, and we worked with them in the studios. And this particular young lady raps and sings, and she also does beats. And it was interesting because she was like, I just need the room, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, you don't need an engineer? She was like, no, I'm good. And I was like, okay, let me see what's going on in here. And I just kind of waited. And she had put on one of the doors. And the next thing you know, she was doing a little beat. And I was like, oh, she was like, I got an idea for a chorus. And then she pulled some other singers in the room. I just sat back and watched. And I was like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. So then after they was working, somebody else was singing. I said, hey, come to the other room, because it was like 4 rooms with different things going on in each room. So I pulled into another room and just put her in with some other people and then watch her work with them. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. So it was for 2 days, two days in the studio, 2 like long days. And by the end of the time, I was like, hey, we got to stay in touch and do some more work. And she was like, let's work. I'm in, let's do it. And it just so happens, like I'm reporting to you live now from Fort Apache in the South Bronx. It just so happens that she was staying with family on the same street where I'm at right now, like, but down the road. So I'm like, how crazy is that? I was like, yo, where you staying? So I'm staying on Simpson Street. I was like, Simpson Street? You're from Berlin. What do you know about Simpson Street in the Bronx? Like, it's like, oh, my aunt lives over there. I'm staying with my aunt. I was like, yo, it was meant for us to work. Your aunt lives down the street. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Boom. And then Michelob, they were in the project as well, too. A group called COD, graffiti crew from New York, from the Bronx, New York, COD. And the guy who started that crew is Michelob, but he's a producer. He produced a ton of hits. He worked with everybody. All of the Funkmaster Flex hits records and all that, he's the producer of all those records. So he was like the one that was doing all the 60 Minutes Funks and all those albums. He's the producer engineer for all of that stuff. And he produced this amazing song called Work It Out. That's on the project. Y'all hear that? And I mean, it's just so many cool like collaborations with creatives of people who do great stuff that are on the radar, but almost kind of like hiding in plain sight. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, I know that song. Oh, I know that. Oh, I like them, you know? And so I just kind of rallied it all together and said, yo, let's roll it out.
Yes. Did y'all ever have any kind of challenges with having such a diverse group and unique people? Did you face any challenges? And if you did, how did y'all overcome them together?
The only challenge really was fighting the clock, because we were on a deadline because we wanted it to release on a certain day.
Okay.
I think he froze.
City together, you know, somebody from California, some other people in Florida. So are we here? Did I break up?
Can I get you to repeat that? I think you got caught in the matrix. So can you repeat? Your response?
It's all good. Yeah. Our only obstacle was fighting time, because we were on a deadline to catch the release date, And because we weren't always able to get into the studio together, it was a lot of over the internet sessions. And I did a lot of those during the pandemic, like literally set up the cameras like this, and we're in the same room together. And there's a program that I can control the recording on my computer and have it play on your computer in real time.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah. And so we did a lot of sessions like that during the pandemic. I probably made more music in the pandemic than I may have in maybe the last 5 years. I was doing maybe like 10 songs a day during the pandemic.
Wow.
That's major work. That's major work. I definitely respect that. And I can tell you love it and you got passion for it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, I started super young. I was writing songs for Critique Atlantic Records in the 7th grade. So it's like I've been doing this since like a little kid. You know what I mean? Like I grew up writing songs and being in, you know what I mean? So it's really, when people say it's really all I know, it's really all I know. I mean, I know other things, but it's like, this was like the first thing that I just grabbed to and was like, oh.
So it's just like first or second nature. It's just something that you have, you just have a God-gift talent for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a God-gift talent, but I had a lot of dojo work. I had a lot of wax on, wax off moments with a lot of senseis. You know, a lot of great tutelage and a lot of great mentorship. You know, I would never be so cocky to try to make it like it was all me. I mean, of course, the Most High to begin.
Man, I'll tell you, I know.
Things gave me opportunities, gave me direction. You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
you. I was definitely a person that was super grateful to be in rooms and super always respectful and thankful of the opportunity, because now you can go on Google and you can go on YouTube and you can Google how to, and you might get 100, but out of 100, maybe like 1 or 2 might be accurate. You know, when I was coming up, there was no YouTubing how to make a record. There was no YouTubing how to set a tape machine. There was no YouTubing how to even with your cameras, there was no YouTube on how to get a white focus. Like it was just,
had to learn it.
You had to either go to school and spend a lot of time in school and a lot of money, or apprentice up under people. I was an apprentice at a lot of different places with a lot of different people in studios and everything. And so it was dope for me, from places like Soundworks with Timmy Regisford to places like, Don King, under the great Steve Ett, and watching Steve Ett. Steve Ett mixed all those Run DMC records, all those LL records. He's an amazing engineer, and Steve Ett didn't go to school for engineering. He was a sonic dude. And so as it went on, he was just a masterful guy. So to be under these guys and really watching and, or around these guys, I should say, and really watching and absorbing, that was masterclass right there for me,
Now, I know, Rich, you've been in this game a very long time. How did you get started in the first place? Like, and can you highlight for people who may not be familiar with your story, some of the major accomplishments or things you've been a part of in what we call this hip hop culture today? Because you're one of the pioneers. So I want to make sure people understand your story and, all you've done so far.
Well, I mean, that's such a loaded question, because like I said, I started in the 7th grade, so in the 7th grade, writing songs for Critique Atlantic Records, and then going on later on, being the first rapper signed to Motown. And at that moment, a guy named Commissioner Gordon, him and I would be in the studios and working with Timmy Regisford on different remixes. At this time, it wasn't even called remixes, it was called overdubs, because the remixer would be like the actual producer or the person who's remixing on the board, and totally different from what remixes actually became. And when you added music or additional tracks to the existing master, they didn't call that remixing, they called that overdubs. And so and so we did a lot of overdubs, in those times. I mean, saw people like Diana Ross working overtime, Stacey Lattisaw, I mean, just it was a lot of records, you know, a song that I actually rapped on years ago. I mean, oh my gosh, I was still in high school. It's this group called Callaway, and they had a song called "I Want to Be Rich," and they played it on In Living Color.
Yes.
And it was, and it was so weird because I was home. I was in this room. Crazy. I was in this room. This is years ago, and they said, "Yo, turn on the TV," and I was like, "Huh?" And we turned on the TV, and we caught like the second half of the Fly Girls doing a routine with me rapping. I was just like, "Oh, that's crazy." And then I called my peoples in LA, and they was like, "Yo, this song is all over LA radio. Like, it's the #1 song in LA." I was like, "What?" And it was like, "Yeah, it is." And I remember the night that we did it, I didn't even want to do it. Timmy Register was like, "It's gonna be a #1 record. It's up to you, but it's gonna be a #1 record." And I was just like, "Really?" And it was like, because I didn't hear it. I was just like, "Really?" It was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right." Took out a pencil and a pad, wrote 2 things, and I was like, "Let's go. Turn the mic on." I went in the booth. I was like, "All right, let's go get pizza." And we left to get pizza. That was it. We left and we went and got pizza. You know what I mean? And we eat pizza. It's like, "What you think?" I was like, I don't know. You know, I really didn't know. I just said, "You know what? Take all the vocals out, just leave me the beat, and let me just rhyme. After that, yeah, because I had no input on, like, I was totally out of my element with this, you know, because it was like, and that was like, that led to me actually being the first performer, hip hop MC to perform on In Living Color. After we did the tour, I was on Motown. We did the tour. It was me, the boys, the Good Girls, Today, and Malira. And after we finished the tour in Anaheim, and Rosie Perez came to my dressing room. "Rich, when are you going back to New York?" At that time, I was living in LA. And I was like, "I'm gonna go visit soon, but I'm here." She was like, "Well, stick around. I got something for you." But she didn't tell me what. And I was like, all right. So I'm cool. I'm in LA doing my, you know, out the Bronx in LA. I'm, you know,
having a good time.
And I'm having a good time. Bro. Best time of my life, damn near. And I'm out in LA just having fun. And Rosie calls me and we get on the phone and she says, "Yo, they're looking to have a rapper perform on In Living Color." And I told them about you because they already played the song what you wanted. And I already came off the whole tour and I see how you do. Like, come in, you know, come do your thing. And I was like, "Word, let's go." So I went on Melrose shopping, bought me a suit, came out with a nice canary yellow suit. I used to wear the derbies back in the days. Actually, I got them packed up in the other room. I got the derbies, and I came out with the derbies and fling. And then after I recorded mine, Latifah came and recorded hers. I remember that. Yeah. We recorded the same day. I recorded earlier. She recorded after me. But that was a fantastic thing, you know. Yeah. And then after,
I know you have so many accomplishments. So I just wanted to highlight that. Shout out to Court Digga, our family, man. How did you and Court Digga meet, and how does it feel to know that the two of you have had such a major impact in so many people's lives? Maybe they don't even understand what you guys have done for them, but how does it feel looking back to see all you guys have accomplished in this industry?
I mean, you know, when you live in something, you're not thinking about that. You just living. It's almost like, you know, I could say like everybody got their own style of dress, and the way you dress, some little kid in your neighborhood might go, "I like how you dress, and I see you flying, you going to work, and you doing your do. I want to," and they start trying to get their little style after you, but you're not even thinking about it because you just living your life. You go to work every day. How you go? You got your hat. You know what I'm saying? She got her glasses, stylish. Everybody got their own little thing. But somebody that's like 10 years old will be looking like, "I want to be like that," but we don't know. And that's how it is with me and music. I love making music. I love doing what I do. You know, me and Court met a few times. The first time we met was with Left Eye. I'm sorry. First time was a Maya session. We was doing Trackmasters. We was doing the Maya remix with Jay-Z. and Shaka Zulu came by the studio, and he was with Shaka Zulu, and he came by the studio to see me and Tone, because we was actually me, Tone and Poe, because all of us was in the studio, and that was the first time we met, and then some time went on and years, and then we both ended up working for DTP, and we did a lot of work over some good work at DTP. Shout to DTP, Jeffrey Shaka, that's family. It was a great time. You know, that was my Atlanta introduction to hip hop. Shaka Zulu and Pimp C, God bless you dead, was my introduction to Southern hip hop.
And then last question for you. You put together a project. You got a lot of different pieces of the puzzle to get put together where it is. I know DJ Gracie Grace is working on a collaboration album herself. What are some suggestions or advice you would give to DJs or producers that want to create bodies of work that have multiple artists or multiple people from all over the world?
I'll be honest with you, man. My thing is, I just try to make good songs. That's it. You know, I'm not always concerned with the names or how many Twitter followers or Instagram followers or TikTok followers you got. But if you good, you good, because, you know, we're all in the business, and we know that at any given moment, anybody could go from 10 followers to 1 million followers if you just sprinkle salt on it and the little magic grow, and then it'll grow. You know what I mean? So I don't play that, because we've all seen somebody with a lot of numbers and they weren't too talented. And we've seen some people with a little bit of numbers and they were super talented. So when it comes to making music, I just go with the talent. I go with who I can work with, who I can create with, who wants to create. You know, some people want to be celebrities, but they don't want to create. They want to come to the studio when they want to, or not at all. So everybody different. And so for me, I just like people who like to work. You know what I mean? I like people who like to work, and that's how I work. If you like to work, we can work. I ain't trying to play 50 people in the studio and the Mad Blunt session and the liquors and all that. I ain't trying to make movies. I can make a movie. You want to make a movie? We can make a movie. But when we making music, we making music. So my suggestion to people that want to make compilations or group projects is, I'll say this: whenever the main thing is not the main thing, you're doing something wrong. And the main thing is making the songs and the music. So whenever the main thing is not the main thing, you're doing something wrong.
And I think you gave a lot of free game. You're going to piss people off, because I tell people all the time, this industry is manipulated constantly. If you see somebody with a lot of likes and a lot of followers, it doesn't matter anything, because if you wanted to, you could have them too. Just put the budget up. So I think that's very valuable, because some people get caught up in, oh, well, that person only has 1,000 followers, but that person runs epic records. You just don't know their name because they're behind the scenes. So I appreciate that game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Real quick, I want to give a shout to all of the people who have or graduating or about to graduate, especially in the Bronx, in Manhattan, in Queens, in Staten Island, in Brooklyn, all the 5 boroughs. It's real difficult to graduate school in New York City because there's a lot of distractions. And, you know, I just want to, you know, part of what we do outside of the music is we connect the music to the education. Playing on this record, I got some students from BCC that played some instruments and stuff like that. And so big shout to the BCC Quartet. But it's like, you know, I always want to salute and congratulate anybody further in their education, especially in a big city where it's a lot of distractions. It's real difficult, especially in this day and time, in this climate. There's so many distractions. So to be able to graduate, salute to everybody that's, you know, on that path.
Yes, definitely. Shout out to all the I'm actually doing a graduation party this weekend. That's one of the things I have to do this weekend, Sunday. So I just wanted to shout you out, Rich Nice. You are so humble. And I just want to ask you this right here. You said you were signed, but you didn't say you were the first one that's ever signed. So how does that feel to be signed for the very to be signed, the first person being signed to in that category? Like,
well, I mean,
like
Motown Records.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we all grew up with Motown Records, and so as little kids, everybody wanted to be Michael Jackson or whoever, blah blah blah, Stevie Wonder, you know, Marvin Gaye, So as a little kid, you know, I wanted to, of course, be Michael Jackson, little Michael Jackson. Everybody in the mirror doing their little song, whatever. So years later, when it came time to get a record deal, you know, there was a few labels that was actually trying to sign me. Select Records was trying to sign me. Shout out to Fred Maneo, and it's just interesting. Tough City, but my thing was at that time I was trying to get a record deal in high school. Believe it or not, I had already been rhyming so long because I was a street rapper and I used to battle in the streets. I was like neighborhood to neighborhood battling. So by the time it came to shop for a record deal, I was just like, I'm done battling. I don't want to battle no more. And it was right at that point where it was like, you're going to have to get a job because no one's getting paid to rap at this time. It's still, rap isn't even on daytime radio officially. It's still like, this is like the late 80s. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, rap what? You better go to college and get a real job. What are you talking about? So it was real like touch and go, you know? And so Select Records made an offer and they had a cool offer. You know what I mean? I had this one song that they loved called Desperado. I remember it like it was yesterday. And I was like, that's cool. But then Motown came into the fold. And when Motown came, it was like the lights came on, like, do, 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 do. I was like, yo, that's Motown Records. Like, you're talking about it. There's no comparison. Like, it's Motown Records. And I remember Fred Maneo said, what can Motown offer you that I can't offer you, Rich Nice? And I was like, money. And that ended the conversation because he knew he couldn't compete. It was like, it's Motown Records. Like, and not that money was the end all be all, but I dreamt about Motown Records as a kid. You know, it was all great. And so being able to say I'm label mates with El DeBarge, like, man, El DeBarge did in-stores together. I went to radio with the Temptations. I did like all these things as a little kid. They're like, yo, who's Little Man? It's like, he's the first rapper signed to Motown. Jackie Jackson walked me around the Motown office in California. It's like, this is right when Gerald Busby's taking over. And this is right when Mr. Gordy is going upstairs because Motown was on 16 and 17. They were separating them. So to answer your question, it was an amazing feeling to be senior in high school signed to Motown Records. It felt amazing. It was like a dream come true. I couldn't believe it that I'm a senior in high school and I'm signing to Motown Records. It was crazy.
That's awesome. And one more thing, I just wanted to also shout you out by saying when you're not looking at numbers in social media, and you know, because that is one of the hardest. I am also an A&R for It's Gorgeous Music, and when I do look for artists, I tend to not want to research them. I want to hear their music first. So I'm glad you brought that up right there, because I'm definitely believing that, because a lot of festivals contact me, hey, DJ GreacyG, do you have an artist that you want to recommend? And the first thing they want to ask is like, what's their Spotify number? So depending on how much they're going to pay the artist, you know, and then I give them like maybe 4 artists and then they pick. And it's crazy because they would pick like the artists that didn't have a lot of numbers because it's also a dope artist, you know? So yes, I'm glad you brought that up basically.
That's hot. That's dope.
What kind of advice would you give the independent artists? You know, I always like to ask that question to such amazing legends such as you, when they're like working on their craft and the motivation. How do they keep up to be where you are at right now? Oh no, he paused.
You know, I would say that Matrix gets you, man.
I was just about to ask about that too.
I heard your question. Okay. I would tell independent artists to stay low and keep firing. You know, like you can't get discouraged. You know, it's you got to put your shoes on, put on your walking shoes because you got to walk your dogs. You know, but you got to also remember that the benefits in the end are always better, you know, and it's always good to be able to have the journey, you know, because a lot of people go 0 to 60 real fast and then it's gone real fast and they don't understand what happened because they went 0 to 60 real fast, you know, and if you're able to say, nah, I fell and bumped my knees, I had some great high moments and woo, my knee, So you know what not to do. You know what to stay away from. You say, you know what? We tried that. I ain't like how that was. That was not too good for me. I don't really like that. Or you say, nah, I like this. This is good. And it's good to stay true to what you do musically. But it's very easy to try to follow a trend and try to jump on the bandwagon of a trend, and you fail miserably because you're following a trend. And then when someone looks at your catalog, it's like you don't even have a body of music that represents who you are as an artist, because at the end of the day, I made music when there was no money involved and then when there was money involved. And so if I'm only making music for money, then it becomes a weird kind of space, because that means the integrity of it, and that means what you care about is not the same anymore. And no disrespect to anybody that's just making music for money, because that's their thing. But Stevie Wonder will be here forever. Michael Jackson and Prince will be here forever. Whitney Houston will be here forever. Artists that make music, Luther Vandross will be here forever. Sly Stone will be here forever. But all the other artists that make music strictly for money, we don't even know their names. They're not even around. We can't even figure out who they are, because they was chasing something that wasn't genuine to the culture, genuine to the art form.
So, Rich, me and you and Court were on a call with the Shadyville DJs one time last year, and when we had the privilege of hearing a new artist, Lexx Sequoia. Amazing artist, so super dope. Been a fan of you for a long time. Rich, what was it about her that grabbed your attention? And then the other artists that you brought on tonight, can you tell us a little bit about their story on how you picked them as well?
Absolutely. So this is Lexx Sequoia from the Inland Empire. Lexx Sequoia and I think for me what it was first was her voice. Gangstar made a song a long time ago called "It's Strictly the Voice That Makes You Jump." It's strictly the voice. So it's like an MC's voice is what will attract you. When you heard Rakim's voice, when you heard Method Man voice, when you heard Drake voice, when you heard Kendrick voice, whoever voice you heard, but you was like, ooh, I like their voice. Their voices. And so when I heard her voice, I was like, oh, she got a dope voice. I think it's interesting because it wasn't like she wasn't trying to be a boy and she wasn't trying to be over the top. It was just kind of like very almost monotone, you know what I'm saying? But in a feminine monotone. And I thought that was dope. I was like, let's make some records. And then she came to New York and we made like 16 records in 3 days. And that was how it started.
Yeah, I remember the song. I think it was Pull Up. And you're right. Her voice just stands out. She's, such a beautiful woman, but her voice is powerful. It grabs your attention. So I'm glad you guys linked up. And you said that you started sending her beats and she kind of helped with this gas company. How did Crooks and the other artists get involved in the project?
Well, Steve.
All right, looks like he's got the matrix going. Lexx, do you want to start? Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, like who you are, where you from, what made you want to be in the music industry, and then this project we're about to listen to?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, after I came back from New York, I kind of just I'm in California, in the Inland Empire. It's just a little town outside of LA, and I just started tapping into my creative process out here. That's how I met Stevie Crooks, and together with Rich and the other artists, we are now the Gas Company.
Okay.
So we're still individually our own artists, but just kind of collectively came together to make a different sound of music. So if you've heard American Street Music, which we just put out by the Gas Company, it's a whole different vibe and than what we're used to making even individually. So it was definitely a challenge or something different and fun for me. And I'm just happy that we have it out now and the world can hear and it's something different. And we actually made it on the playlist on Floetry already. So it's like, it's getting some motion out there. I think it definitely, once we put some more behind it and get the word out more and the songs, like I think it could be something really big and new and different.
Yeah. I agree. The production is always A1 with Rich, with all the artists on the project. You stand out. Crooks, for you, once again, where are you from? I mean, what made you want to be in the music industry, and how did you meet Rich Nice in the first place?
I'm from Moreno Valley, which is also in the IE. I'm just I'm a fan of hip hop first. Like I really love hip hop. Like it really is my life. So it just I think the situation with me just meeting Rich is just I just feel like it's destiny, because I met Lexi at the studio, so everything just kind of like fell into place, you know, and it feels good. It feels right. So that's why I'm continuing on, you know, to make this what it's supposed to be.
Very exciting. And then for you, Juss Mills, once again, you know, where are you from? And I know you're out of the United States. What's it like collaborating, you know, internationally the way you did for this project?
Yeah, so I'm partially from London, partially from Berlin.
Okay.
Grew up in both, or between both. And yeah, I met Rich Nice at a studio in New York while I was doing this like project, or part of this project that was putting like a group of New Yorkers and a group of Parisians and a group of Berliners together to have like creative exchange. And honestly, it's probably been the most influential experience that I've had thus far creatively, simply because I think where you come from or where you grow up and the people that you're around influence the music you make so much. It influences just the way that you see things and the things that inspire you. And yeah, having been in New York and around people that that really came up like around hip hop, because that's not I mean, I did like see the charts and everything in the UK growing up, but your surrounding is still, you know, still a bit different. So it was super interesting just to see people that actually lived that and that grew up around it, and yeah, and kind of be inspired by it as well. So it makes you more well-rounded as an artist.
And then a question to all three of you. We just had Rich kind of break down his origin story with us. Do you guys know all that he has been a part of, or do you just know him as A&R Room and, you know, this dope producer? Like, do you have an understanding of his history yet?
Yeah, I think as a Virgo, Rich is very he's not gonna say it himself. His accomplishments, you kind of just, you know, if you find out, you find out. He's very humble, one of the most humble persons that I know, especially when it comes to the music stuff. So I think that even makes it more fun for everyone else that has come along the way, like from the different parts of the world. Like, you know, she says she's from Berlin, Stevie, everyone that we're collectively coming together along the way. It's fun for them to find out a little bit about him, and he's not just like, you know, another guy in the studio that we meet that is just trying to scam or put us on, or, you know, use different artists. Like he actually has done a lot for the music industry, and I think that's what makes it even more inspirational for us. Speaking for myself, and everyone else can answer.
I feel exactly the same way. Like just from the times that when he does tell us stories, like I'm just like mind blown sometimes, because these are things that I may have heard about, but I don't know the truth. You know, I don't know. I wasn't there. You know, he was there, and it just makes me more excited about just doing music, because those are the stories that I myself one day want to be able to tell other people. You know, to keep the legacy going of what this is. You know, So I think it's really dope that I'm able to just work with somebody that is such a legendary person. You know.
Yeah, for me, like the first time I met Rich Nice and everyone else at the studio at the time, I was more focused on the creative aspect of things, and I felt like we kind of met each other at eye level. Though I thought, you know, this is an interesting person, and I suppose vice versa. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. And then someone came up to me and was like, "Oh, do you know who that is?" And I was like, "Yeah, he just introduced himself or whatever." But didn't really want to look into it much because I kind of thought I'd rather have just an honest exchange with someone that doesn't feel like I need to, I'm looking for something. I think you guys get what I mean. And then eventually I did Google You Rich Nice, and I did so because we were I did so because we were about to meet up and I was alone. I was without the group, and then I was like, I actually don't know you. And then then I did Google you, and I was like, okay. And you told me a couple stories, and I was like, okay. So now I do know a little bit, yeah.
I wanted to highlight that for you because it shows how great of an artist all three of you are, because you're with the legendary Rich Nice. He could go get any artist. He told us his first project was Maya and Jay-Z. Like, the people he's worked with are the echelon of this industry. So to have you three on this project with him, it just shows the caliber of artist you are. All three of you are individual artists coming together with this gas company. What's the experience been like working as a team to promote a project versus the solo artist that you've been?
I think, like I said earlier, something different for us all individually, because we're so used to doing things by ourselves musically, like being our own individuals, and then coming together and having support that we've never might have had ever. Especially being independent artists these days is like you're a one-man army. And so now that we have like a solid team and there's other artists involved as well, it's not just us, it's like the gas company. We wanted it to be a collective of just dope artists worldwide. Like, you guys are a part of the gas company as far as I'm concerned. Like, everyone is like a movement. And yeah, it's just been super inspirational to be a part of.
And I'll branch off with that. Also, working with the gas company, it has put me in a position as like an artist to write more inspirational, and actually worry about what I'm putting on the paper and what I'm putting into the world. I feel like gas company is a good example of just feel good music, and we want to bring that back. It's time to bring back feel good music. It's too much of everything else going on. So I'm really grateful to be a part of something like that. It's really dope.
Yeah, I 100%.
Yeah, if you notice, nobody died on the project. There was no gunfire on the project. Not one shot was fired.
Yeah, we're bringing good music back. Go ahead, Juss.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I totally agree with what Crooks and what all of you just reiterated. I love the concept and the fact that it isn't about the things that trendy hip hop rap nowadays tends to be about. So yeah, I think it has the values that I have as well. Just the entire project reflects the values that I have as well. So I really like that. Unfortunately, I'm not in the States, so I feel like it'd probably be a bit different if I actually got to meet all of you guys and maybe be part of the the events and all that kind of stuff. But hopefully I'll be back soonish. And yeah, it's been
June-ish. You'll be here in June-ish.
June-ish, yeah. Soonish, but it's been a pleasure regardless.
Yeah, he's bringing together people around the world.
I just want to also acknowledge she's in Berlin, which is 6 hours ahead of New York, so it's 6 a.m. for her.
Yeah. Amazing.
Wow. Yes, definitely.
Dedicated.
And Lexx Sequoia and Stevie are in California, so it's 8 o'clock for them. It's like 8 something for them.
Also early.
Or it's 9. It's 9 o'clock right now.
Well, I just wanted to let you guys know that you actually motivated me.
It's very beautiful.
Yes, because I'm actually doing. I'm doing that same thing right there. I actually picked like 10 artists to be in my album, and they're all located in different locations. But it's trying to get everyone together on point because it's pretty hard because everyone is in different places. So it's a lot of dedication for you to be connected even though you're afar. But it's really hard, you know what I'm saying? So yes, just wanted to shout you guys out.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But we're going to check out this track. We have a track called Stay Alive. We're going to check this track out, and we'll be right back with more Hype in the Streets.
It's all the same, we all the same. Same moon, same sun, same rain. Same days, we share the same light. Same world, same way, same fight. You gotta stay alive. You gotta stay alive. Baby, let's stay alive. My life is nice as rich, nice. My life is nice as rich, nice. Baby, let's stay alive.
Yeah, stay alive, baby. Don't be troubled by the times, baby. Believe everything is fine, baby. Manifest it in your mind, baby. Yeah, get back on your grind, baby. Yeah, get back on your grind, baby. Yeah, for the ones in the sky praying. Sending energy so you good from overseas to the burbs, every ghetto and hood. Just stay alive. Yeah, just stay alive. Yeah. Cause even when the struggle is real, just keep fighting together. We got something to build to keep alive. You know the soul and the heart, the same heart that you use catching fades in the park. Stay alive. Same soul you have when you give your all. Be a soldier for peace in this war. Stay alive. Stay alive. Stay alive, baby. Yeah, stay alive.
It's the Virgo in me to keep popping my shit. I beg you find this pot in Jesus, pardon my sins. Apartment in the city just for me and my mans. Same aim on the mountain, just Carissa had twins. I ain't worried about a thing, cause my cup running over. When God made me, he said this my strongest soldier. She could move mountains, she could move boulders. She could change the world, I put the world on her shoulders. And it's all the same, we all the same. Same moon, same sun, same rain, baby.
Feel good music.
Yeah, that was fire. Amazing instrumentation. Lexx, your voice sounds amazing at the beginning of the song. So I salute all you on that.
Thank you.
Thanks. I want to give a shout out to
that was
D'Anthony
very melodic.
Parks, who's playing drums on that. The drummer on that is D'Anthony Parks. I took his drums and chopped them up and then put them in different places. He's actually an ill drummer musician, and he's playing on tour with Andre 3000. He also produced on that record. But he's a longtime friend of mine, and he played the drums on that, and it's just incredible.
Yes, the music was very melodic. I closed my eyes and it just took me on a journey.
Facts.
I really feel that kind of music.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Something
yes,
right.
indeed. We're gonna keep it going though. We got On God. We're gonna play this one, and we're gonna vibe to this, and we'll be right back.
I'ma get it any means on God. By the pound, smoking smoking trees, oh God. I've been busy getting chilly, oh God. I feel like Woozy on a milli, oh God. I'ma get it any means, oh God. By the pound, smoking trees, oh God. I've been busy getting chilly, oh God. I feel like Woozy on a milli, oh God. I'm the one, not the two, and you could ask about me. On my team is getting chicken, chili, cheddar about me. Don't bring no widows that be hanging anywhere around me. Won't find no plotting, scheming lames anywhere around me. The only way to get it is with fear of God. Then them tears to remind me that I'm working hard. Don't be mistaken, I look Gucci, Louis, Prada too. And I've been poppin' since Krishan was bumpin' after school. And I've been poppin' since I used to smoke with Lil Debbie. Off of Melrose, Fairfax, smoking heavy. Ask anybody, Lexx Sequoia coming for the next. Watch what you talking, if they ask, just say I'm getting checks. I'ma get it any means, on God. By the pound, smoking trees, on God. I've been busy getting chilly, on God. I feel like Weezy on a milli, on God. I'ma get it any means, on God. By the pound, smoking trees, on God. I've been busy getting chilly, on God. I feel like Weezy on a milli, on God.
Tryna ride my wave, better get afloat. See loose lips ain't ships, like when the glacier strike a boat. Cold product of my environment, but a mastery of quotes. Don't find no humor in your rumors, plus I take you as a joke. I used to flip a couple pounds, play broken, watching niggas smoke. You ever seen a circle whip with a fork inside a bowl? Got a pocket full of money, but can't tell it by your clothes. All that discipline is you listening and keep sticking to the code. Hoes will throw you off your whole game. Tank full of gas, but a trunk filled with propane. Know the ropes like old gold chains, slippers don't count. I gotta keep my balance. These boys squares like SpongeBob, but I've been a star like Patrick. Never did no capping, just so happen I'm good at rapping. To a bank account from a mattress, from a black tee to a fashion night. Arena tours from an open mic, but nothing really happens overnight. I'm a blessed nigga, I don't stress it. Every loss it was a lesson. If you ain't for me, shout it like Martin Lawrence. Best thing to do is keep it stepping with him. Keep a weapon with him, cause they paranoid. I don't see the haters like Ray Charles. Plus y'all opinion really null and void. Took the lead, we done up the score. Can't put chess pieces on the checkerboard. I just wonder what you take me for.
I love that.
Yeah, that's amazing. So Juss is that, yeah, who's on Rich, who's on that song? The On God one?
That's Lexx Sequoia and JRealityG out of Florida. Yeah,
okay.
JRealityG out of Florida. Yeah, he's out of Florida. I said it's spread out. We got people from kind of all over. I met JRealityG through Court Digga. And and it's one of those songs. To be honest, I had never produced a song like that ever. I've never produced a song. It was the first song I've ever produced it like in that style of hip hop or style of rap music.
Different.
And I really wasn't even sure. I almost didn't even send it. I was like, I'm not gonna send this. This is and when I sent it to Lexi was like, this is fire. And I was like, okay, go. Because I wasn't sure. I never did a track like that before, ever.
It's very well done. Super cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm. That's dope.
I be trying to impress Stevie Crooks because Stevie Crooks is a producer as well. So I be trying to impress Stevie.
Definitely, man. Like so far, just hearing these two songs, man. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, we're gonna play the third track that you brought to us. It's called "On the Map," and we'll be right back.
I wanna spend most of my days on planes and most of my nights on stages. Most of the time my patience is being put to the test like David. I come out on top, I'm the bravest. Cut from the same cloth as the rough and the age meant for playing. I pray that my sister could place that of praying. It's all on my back. I say that with utmost respect. for the family name. Cause Ramsey went through harder fights for my sake. Cautioned me not to make those same mistakes that she made. And my grandmother same. I honor the greats, those who came before me. Greater is he who has called me. Though we lack, we stack problems on generations, matter of fact. We never relax, we crack our backs. Immigrated, devastated, we don't got no racks. Identity confiscated, so I grew up imitating. Realize the tracks, pause. Realize what you envision before you forget it and turn to your sad course. No fairy tale, I am a black horse. Up against me, that's a bad choice. West African recipe, yeah, I got that sauce. Slippery, making the enemy jittery. Under the pit, are you me? Won't let nobody belittle me. Listen and riddle me this. If we've been to New York to Shanghai to Paris to London off West, then did we manifest? Won't stop till they put me on the map. When they put me on the map, I will never fly back. When I rap, I teach, gonna have you quote that. Everybody here go rat-a-tat-tat. Big girl panties and a bigger boss hat. Ducks in a row go quack, quack, quack. Everywhere I go, you can put that on the map. Someday you may wanna trace tracks.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I have that.
I'm sending it now.
I'm definitely gonna play. I have an event Saturday. I'm gonna play this. Definitely.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
What I love about what you're doing is Rich's production is
I gotta put that in my crate too.
What I love is Rich, you know, you're an amazing producer, but each artist is standing out on their own. It's not just the production that makes these songs hit hot. It's the way they're attacking the song themselves, you know, the flow and the beats, what they're doing with it. So amazing 3 songs you played for us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing about what makes the project great is that the artists are great. I'm merely providing the backing drop for them to do what they do best. And shout out to Michelob. Michelob was the mastermind behind that track. And you know, the thing is to make sure that the right artist is connected with the right music, and then it's the right mix and the right mastering, and you know, like true A&R. Nowadays, you know, unfortunately, A&R has become the weed man. It's like my A&R's coming and he got the weed. It's like, I'm not the weed man. I'm the A&R. I do music. Don't tell me to bring you weed to the studio. I'm not the weed man. I'm the A&R guy. You know what I'm saying? So thank goodness A&R still exists, and that's why these 3 artists have been able to collectively and individually just kind of shine, you know?
Yeah. Amazing.
It's most of this like for, I don't know, it just give me that 420 vibe. You know, in a way.
Well, that's the thing, you know, it's a 420 project, you know, it's a 420. Yeah, it's a 420 project. We released it on 420, you know, and it's called American Street Music. Because right now, as far as I'm concerned, I travel everywhere. Everywhere I go, it's weed everywhere. It's weed everywhere you go, it's weed. So
oh my God.
American street music is right.
I wish I heard this song before. Yeah. We just finished. Well, I didn't do it, but I was a part of it. They filmed a movie called Stoner. Actually, they just have a premiere a couple weeks ago, and it should be coming out. So look it up, look for it. Stoner. That would have been so dope in that movie, for real.
I'm gonna have a look at that.
Well, when the director's cut come, tell them to give us a call. We got music for the director's cut.
Right.
Definitely.
There you
I
go.
will. Do we got more?
I think T's in the Matrix this time.
Yes. That was a great. We have a great segue to the next track. It's called 420, and we'll be right back.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
big toe, smoke heavy. Ganja, this purpose gas. No pills, just thrills that last. Come one, come all, come many. Big smoke, big toe, smoke heavy. Ganja, this purpose gas. No pills, just thrills that last. Take you higher and higher and higher. You know I love the purple haze and the one supplying. The way he roll it, you can swear it's like he got the Midas. God be with you, anybody thought that they could try us. Windows tinted and the sides say gas cold. If you was worried, couldn't tell, only the ash know. One love, world peace, yeah, that's Mando. But if you mess with me or mine, then it's hands thrown. And it's sad though. All this weed, all these trees, we still mad though. We still sad though. We need to chill out. All this war, all this fighting, take the thrill out. It's time to live loud. Come one, come all, come many. Big smoke, big toe, smoke heavy. Ganja, this purpose gas. No pills, just thrills that last. Come one, come all, come many. Big smoke, big toe, smoke heavy. Ganja, this purpose gas. No pills, just thrills that last.
This international gas, we smoke away. T-shirt, the sweet taste right. The gas company build a loud
Green like the hope is the trees that I smoke. Take the toke, hold it past that, and try not to choke. When it come back around, let all the air go. And if the faint, I can't smoke with the company no more. I'm talking 1 hit, 2 hit, maybe even 3. It's 420 time, catch a vibe with GC. Peace and love, light up another piece. And don't be wasting bud, homie, cherish every tree.
So you go to St. and those virgins still planting herb tree. We take 6 months and 9 months. Them have the original seed. 6 weeks and it ready. Nah man, I never have to put rock a grow and hard kind of chemical pan it. So everybody like that smell. What's the spices?
Okay. That's dope. Yes.
Thank you.
Got your glasses on.
Thank you.
Man, yeah, I like this project. I really do like this project. Like
Yeah,
it's
amazing.
It's a vibe for so many people, man. Like I'm speechless right now. You know, usually I love to talk.
So that was the key. The key was to make something that felt good and organic that you would just listen to, and it's not like cliche. It's not the run of the mill. I try to make the music have a lot of different changes to challenge the artist, so that the artists would be challenged themselves to make sure that as the music changed, they could have the freedom to do something different. You know, we worked hard to make it just be natural and feel good. You know, and that was the main thing. And on this song, actually, it's so weird. I didn't label myself in there, but that little bridge is me rapping that little bridge. That's like me doing a bridge. Not rapping, me doing the vocal bridge part. So it's like, you know, it's something that just felt good, you know. And again, I almost muted it and sent it without it, but I was like, what am I gonna put there if I mute that? It just felt right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I was you know, working with Lexi is difficult, man, because Lexi put pressure on you, man. Lexi on yo, send music, man. So
I need it now.
Yes, indeed. Man, y'all put
Don't
out
let that
some
pretty face
straight
fool you.
fire.
Lexi's a bully.
Okay. Okay. We got one more track from you all that we're gonna play. It's called "Work It Out," and we're gonna be right back.
Where's Michelob? That was Michelob, right?
Yes,
That
that's
is
dope.
Michelob and a crew called COD, Michelob and Shaz. Michelob right now, Michelob, oddly about Michelob has a very popular TikTok channel. And Michelob has this like huge TikTok show that he does with graffiti and New York City, and it's just crazy. And so he had a conflict in time. He couldn't do it, but he said he wants to circle back and do something. But yeah, so Michelob, shout out to you, brother. He out there doing somewhere in New York, and he's painting, and you know, graffiti artist, man. This guy's a real graffiti artist. He's out painting and doing his TikTok. He has like 50 or 60,000 TikTok followers, and it's like a whole thing. And salute to the whole Good Vibes crew. It's like it's a thing. It's really a thing.
Didn't know that, but yeah, shout out to Michelob. That's a dope track.
Yeah, that song was like it put you in a trance. All the music, it kind of puts you in a trance. Every one of these songs, like it has its own little vibe, but then you know it's definitely amazing music so far.
Yes, I definitely totally agree with that, man. Like, I feel like you have put together a team of Avengers, man. Like, if this was a Marvel movie, man, y'all definitely would be headliners, like every last one of you all, and I really respect the time that Rich took to put this together, having definitely a unique group of individuals, and everybody bring their own style into it, and just to be able to put it together, man, this is definitely a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you to the artists that's on it. Thank you guys for having us. I have a quick question for you guys. Which one is your favorite track that you heard so far?
You putting that pressure on us.
Off of first listen, with Tonight, I'd say On God initially, but the Just your song is amazing. I'm gonna go back and listen to that a few times. So I think On God, the single, of course. So I'm always gonna say the single is the first one, of course. So I'm giving you next ones, On God, and then Justice song. Justice is gonna work with the international audience a lot. So yeah.
That's hard to. I like all of them.
Vibing with the Stay Alive. I like all of them. He put that pressure on us in. I like that.
I'm just curious. I mean, it's hard for me. I like.
Yes.
It's got its own each one of the songs.
Unique sound.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to.
DJ Grace was saying the same thing. I was just.
Yes.
Like we all feel
felt
the same way about it.
Mm-hmm. But I'm definitely gonna play Justice song this weekend. I have a pop-up event that I'm doing, and it's gonna be a bunch of female entrepreneurs and models, and so I might play all four of them.
Woo! Well, if you play any of them, please do a little video of it.
I will.
Yeah.
Matt just sent it to me.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to post it, that'd be great too. But if you could send it either way.
I always post it.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yep. Awesome. Tag us, please. That'll be great.
I will.
Yes, I want to give each artist an opportunity to plug whatever you have coming up, or where we can find you on social media. The floor is yours.
Juss Mills, go first.
All right. Yeah, I thought we had this like unspoken order earlier.
Right.
So I was just waiting for that to happen. First of all, I would just like to say thanks so much for having me on the project, and and also on this call. It's an honor to be part of it all. And you can find me on Instagram, JUSSMILLS, and you can also find me on Spotify under that exact same name. And I'm just trying to pump stuff out, and my plan is genuinely just to pump stuff out and create a discography, and then eventually, maybe towards the end of the year, have either an EP or an album out. So stay tuned for that. But follow me on Instagram if you please, and have a listen to the tracks that are already out.
Okay.
Stevie,
Lexi.
I agree. Thank you guys for everything, for hopping on the call tonight. I know it's super late. You can find me on all socials and all platforms at Lexx Sequoia, like the tree.
Stevie Crooks.
Stevie Crooks. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. That's STEVIE. I got a new project coming out called Lord of the Shadows. You know, this is a very rare occurrence. I'm showing my face on camera for Rich, you know, like, you know, because I appreciate him so much for you know, just taking his time to work with us. And
yes.
But I do have a new project coming out. It's very underground hip. It's underground hip hop, you know, at its core. And I'm not exactly sure what date, but it's coming, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm really excited to work with all the artists that are already in here, and also like I appreciate you guys paying attention to what we got going on. You know, it's a blessing. There's a lot of artists that wish for things like this to happen. So it's just really, it's a blessing, you know, and I appreciate you guys.
I see why he said that showing his face.
Absolutely.
I'm looking at his social media. You can't see like he's hidden, you know, like shadow. This is like a Marvel kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys make sure you follow me
Stevie
too.
Crooks
Okay?
did a radio interview. Yes, please follow everybody here. Really quick, Stevie Crooks did an interview with like a radio station and went into the radio station and turned the lights out.
No, he didn't.
Well, thank you for showing yourself tonight with us. That's amazing.
It was Power 106.
Woo.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you can
for real.
Yeah. Follow me on Instagram, the A&R Room, the letter A, the letter N, the letter R, ROOM, A&R Room. We have so many things coming up. We have some pop-ups coming up. We're going to be doing something in Minnesota soon. Stay tuned for that. We're going to be doing something in San Diego soon. Another pop-up for that. We're going to do one in New York. I'm actually in my old apartment. I'm moving out of this old apartment. I was like, my family had it for years and we're closing it out. So the reason why I want to do the interview here, so this is the last hip hop interview that I will do in Fort Apache. I started my career here. The songs I made here got me to be the first rapper on Motown. So I feel it was dope to end out the cycle and end it here with this new project, The Gas Company, and with you guys. So this is like a piece of history, this interview. There'll never be another time that I'm in this apartment after like the next week. So this will be the last interview. So salute to y'all for closing it out with me here in Fort Apache, Simpson Street. Shout out to Simpson Street. This is like the heart of the South Bronx. And so Grandmaster Flash used to be down the block over this way. And like it's just an ill part of the Bronx where I'm at right now. So it just feels dope to end this out with you guys. Salute. Thank you for building with us on this.
And like I told Rich, we're going to put the whole album on Stop Beefing Radio. We're going to schedule a time where we can do a listening session and, put it to where you can tell your fans and everything to tune into it. We'll work out those details, but amazing project. And, we're honored to have all of you on the call tonight. So thank you.
And if you ever need someone, a DJ for the pop-up, let me know.
Oh, we will be calling. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Thank all you
indeed.
guys.
Matt
Thank you.
and DJ Gracie are having a closing comments tonight.
You can go first, Gracie.
Guys, all I wanted to say is I say this all the time. First of all, thank you so much for being a part of the family, Hype in the Street, Hype Magazine. Shout out to everyone that's in here. And I would just like to say it is a mental awareness month. And I say this on all the shows. Make sure that you check on your strong friends. Until next time.
And then I just want to, first I want to thank Sincere and Just Jay with the Hype Magazine. We just completed season 4 of the SBR Talk series. We're 170 episodes in and we're, just getting started. Also major announcement, stopbeefingradio.com is now the streaming station 24/7. We're going to play all the best independents, all the legends. There's no payola with us. There's no favoritism. If you got a hot song, we're going to play it as we're going to play the Gas Company this weekend. Shout out to DJ Punch, the new program director. Shout out to Fats, the assistant program director. Hold on, I won't make my announcements. We got T-Rex as the music director. We got DJ Gracie Grace with the morning show. We got DJ Manny Faces as the mix show coordinator. And my family, Will Gamble, is talent scout. So you might not understand, Stop Beefing Radio has been around for almost 20 years. And we were the leaders of the internet radio station. So we're just getting back to what we're the best at. And I'm looking forward to breaking all of these records. We just need Clayton songs because we're trying to get on all the major platforms for it. And, if you got exclusives, ask about me and Stop Beefing Radio. We break them before anybody else does. So just let us know.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I always tell your loved ones you love them today because tomorrow's never promised. I always love God and love people. I want to say thank you all for joining Hype in the Streets tonight. We had a great show, dope artists, and we're looking forward to watching your journey and being part of it. And so until then, we're going to close out the show. Peace.
Peace to the verse.